Hi, everybody. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back to my platform. My name is Astraea Love, and I'm here to hopefully entertain you, to get you to connect with the Most High God, and to give you guys a reading. Okay. So I hope you guys are having a beautiful day today whenever you get to watching this video. All right. Please make sure that you guys are familiar with my legal disclaimer. It is in the description box below. But by watching my videos, you're agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled. Be on your best behavior because the Most High God is watching and the Holy Spirit is listening. By watching my videos, you're agreeing to not attack, bully, or persecute me for my calling. Also, this contract includes copywriting of my messages, plagiarism, and what's the other one? Shadow banning. Everything said on this platform is copyrighted by God and the Holy Spirit, so don't steal messages from them. Okay. So now I ask that the Most High God can be with us now, along with the Holy Spirit, the archangels, all of the spiritual team of light, all of the starseed families, all the Galactic Federation of Light, the spiritual court systems, along with the Akashic records. I also call in Gaia and Green Man. Everything on this list I pray to, and I ask that everything would please block out anyone or anything that would try to negatively influence or impact this reading anyway. I pray for the highest light, the highest wisdom, and the highest truth to be revealed to me and my collective, and I pray for all of my subscribers. So now as I call upon your personal favor of the Most High, I ask that you give me the full armor of God for protection during my life's mission and work here on the earth. I'm eternally grateful for your favor, Heavenly Source, and for your unfailing love. Thank you for blessing me and my subscribers, and thank you for healing the sick and creating miracles. In your holy name, Lord my God, I give gratitude and thanks. I pray into thy holy presence and meditate upon your divine will. Amen. Okay, so the overall message is that somebody that is against the collective needs to mind their business. Okay, what you do for a living, how you help people, what your gifts are, all this stuff is not somebody else's business. This is like the business between you and God. So somebody needs to literally mind the business that pays them. Instead of focusing on you all day, this person needs to take care of their children. Instead of focusing on you all day, this person needs to, if they want to keep their husband, if they want to keep their wife, they need to pay attention and to that, like straight up. If they want to keep the things in their life that they value, they need to take their focus off of you and start putting it on their own life. This person could be having a baby, they could have just had a baby, whatever they were doing witchcraft the entire time. They need to take their focus off of you and their focus of evil eye off of you, off of me, and they need to go and literally focus on their own life before their own life falls apart. Okay, which is going to happen. If they don't mind their fucking business, their life is going to fall apart because the Holy Spirit's not going to allow this person to be all up in your business. There's no reason for them to be. If they're not here to help, then they're not here in a positive way, and doesn't want them around you. They don't want them in your business. Again, you guys have to understand that when you work for God, the information and the things that you do for God are supposed to be secretive. It's not supposed to be stuff that is going around being told to everybody. Okay, when God gives you a download that's just for you, don't tell it to anybody because it's just for you. People will try to use the information that God gives out against God and against you. And so this is what they're trying to do. They're extremely jealous and envious, and they want to know what's coming in your life. They want to know, they want to know shit that just point blank period is none of their damn business. It ain't none of their business. I'm hearing that ludicrous song, stay about my business, stay the fuck about my business. I'm literally hearing that on the time loop. So, like I said, if learning how to mind your business is something that, again, these people can't do, they're going to get a schooling. Because God's about to bring so many problems to these people. Because instead of following up their own life, they're not minding their business. So these people have plenty of problems and plenty of things to do. They've got nasty ass houses, nasty apartments, nasty condos, nasty places. They're just nasty. Okay, you're not dealing with somebody that cleans regularly. This person won't take a goddamn shower. Literally, they need to stay out of your business. Your spiritual gifts and abilities is no one else's business but your own. Okay. Archangel Michael right off the bat with the temperance. Like I said, somebody seriously needs to use temperance because you're going to see right through this person. It could be a Sagittarius involved. The temperance card is the Sagittarius card. I don't always read the zodiac signs with the major arcana, but sometimes I do when I feel like it fits. So it ought to be a Piscean energy or a Scorpio energy. But these people need to mind their damn business. They need to stop stalking you, stop watching you, you know. Um, this person wants to reconcile with you, point blank, period. They really want to reconcile with you, but I don't see that happening. This person's done too much. The only reason they want to reconcile with you is because they want to get up in your business and steal something, block something, take a piece of hair. That's the type of person that you're dealing with. Yeah, this Knight of Wands energy. Okay. These people think that because you are enthusiastic about your life, that you're just going to share all of your gifts and abilities with them. I'm also picking up on a Knight of Wands energy that is very toxic, like straight up toxic masculine. This person really needs to use temperance because trying to steal the destiny of anybody, of another man or another woman, is ridiculous. Okay. And God's never going to give these people the information that's needed for them to do anything to you. Look at this. This person's literally attached to the devil. That's why they need to use temperance. And they, not only that, I think that they've tried to, they're trying to get a younger energy, possibly their child or their sibling. They're trying to get this younger energy to do the same type of manipulation and look into your business. So yeah, somebody is not minding their business. Again, if you're like a public face or if you have any on, if you're not, who you're with, it's none of no one's fucking. I would never ever reveal to these people who you're with. The second they hear a name or even have a picture of somebody, they're gonna go into the spirit and try to fuck that person up. So I would never ever tell this person anything. And if this is a neighbor, you need to just like literally remind these neighbors that you have if they spark up conversation or start draining your energy, because that's the vibe that I get with the devil here. You need to tell people that you're just not willing, you're not open to sensitive information. You can even say, if you feel uncomfortable with saying that, you can say, I've had a stalker, so I just can't share things that are personal about myself like that. I'm also picking up on somebody who's trying to impersonate you and they won't turn the camera on. They have these Zoom meetings about you or about whatever with these other people that think that they're talking to you, and this person won't turn the camera on. Okay, I don't know who's going to come across this reading, but make this person turn the damn camera on. Make sure that they're actually, if you're accepting a W-2, and if you don't know what a W-2 is, it's basically a work paper you fill out with your Social Security and your address and stuff like that so that they can give you a paycheck and get taxes out. Like if this company has been working with this person that won't turn the camera on and they're saying that they're you and they're filling out this paperwork as if they're you, they need to get this person to turn the damn camera on so they can see if that person is actually you. Especially before plugging anything into any government system, because it won't just be that person that goes down. The government will also, penalize the employer for being ridiculously dumb. Okay. And I don't care if this person is a ghostwriter or whatever the hell they do, they need to show their face. Okay. They need to show that they're actually, if they say that they're Joe Blow, they need to show that they are Joe Blow physically before anybody should be accepting any W-2 form for them, because this is going to end very badly. So yeah, like I said, if there was a school to teach people to mind their damn business. You got this Page of Swords, snitch, spy energy following you around. If it was a school to teach people to mind their damn business, this planet would be a lot better of a place to live. Because people just grow up being nosy as fuck. They feel entitled to other people's information and their energy. And Archangel Michael is here saying, absolutely not. Stay away from my collective. You have bad intentions. You're trying to become them. We do not support this in the spiritual realm. Also, this Page of Swords energy is somebody who's been watching you for a minute. So again, they feel like they know everything that there is to know about you, even down to like your personal information. And this person doesn't have, because God, like this person thinks that they have successfully stolen your gifts and now they're living in your destiny, and they're not. They're straight up not. And people who are doing this destiny swipe. Oh, you did? That is awesome. Wow, good for you. I would be very interested to see what that looks like. And I had never thought of even getting a Lilith statue, but I'll have to look into it. That is awesome, Girl Gone. I'm having a good day. I hope you guys are having a good day as well. So yeah, this energy is just like annoying, because they're about to get caught up for another person. Like, that's still illegal to impersonate people. Also, this person wants to, like, they're going to come to you. Okay. So first of all, we're going to talk about the police for 1 second. Well, at least in America, because I can't talk about police in other countries because I don't personally know. But roses and snake and apple in her hand. Oh, I love that. I love that. So, okay. So the police here, they don't have to tell you the truth about anything. They're absolutely allowed to lie to you. Okay. And so I don't know if that's true in other countries. Maybe they have a law of integrity where they're supposed to be honest with the public, but police don't have to tell you the truth. And I want you to know that if you have an officer come question you and you evoke, anytime that you have an interaction with the police, I would be telling them, especially if there's any questions going on, I use my right. I evoke, I invoke, I use my right to remain silent until my lawyer is present with me, to answer any. Wow, cops in Canada don't even talk to cops in Canada. That's crazy. Yeah. So the police are allowed to lie to you. They're allowed to come to your door on false pretenses, and they're literally allowed to lie to you. This is one way that they try to get people. These are the lies that they'll say to get people they did not commit. Okay, they'll say, "Oh, your friend already gave you up." And then they'll say, "Come on, buddy, just tell me what happened and we'll go easy on you." These are all lies, okay? They could even say, "We have physical footage of you leaving the scene of the crime." Okay. If you did something or didn't do something. If anybody questions you like that, or they say those specific things, you need to know that that cop is fucking lying. Okay. And do not ever confess to a crime that you have never committed because a cop is trying to coerce you to do so. Okay. Now, the second thing you need to know is that if they come to question you on a subject, and you've evoked your right to remain silent until a lawyer is present. They can't arrest you for not wanting to talk to them and not wanting to play their game. But 15 days later, see that right to remain silent with your lawyer, that only lasts for 15 days. So 15 days later, after you evoke that right, those police will come right back trying to coax you into another interrogation. And what you do is you do the same thing. You say, "I have been advised not to communicate with the police unless a lawyer is, and officer, I would like to evoke or invoke that right to remain silent until my lawyer is present." Now, if a cop comes back 15 days later and you do that, that cop is going to back off because they know that you understand your Miranda rights and you're going to use them. Okay. So, also, they're not allowed, if you have a ring bell cam, cops are not allowed to tamper with anything on on your door or anything that is a security system. And if you have a fence that says no trespassing, let's say that you've got a house, you got some steps, and then you have a yard, and then you've got a fence that goes around your property, put up a no trespassing sign. Able to jump that no trespassing sign, and they won't be able to go up to your door and knock on your door. See, there's I forget what the name, it's like a threshold, and that includes the porch area of the door on your side and on their side, right, of the door. So if you have a fence that says no trespassing on it, okay, um and then of course if they were to be like if they were to say, all I need to do is just go get a warrant and then I can search your house or whatever. Like what you need to say is, I do not give consent to search. Okay. Because you don't know what these cops are up to. You don't know if they're going to place shit in your house or anything like that. You're going to literally say, I use my right to remain silent until a lawyer is present. And then you can always ask yourself, especially if you're at a traffic stop and a cop is trying to question you, how they'll do routine traffic stops or DUI points or whatever, and they're trying to question you. You basically tell them that, they're not allowed to keep you for longer than at a traffic spot. That would be unreasonable. To search your car, say, officer, am I under arrest or am I free to go? They cannot hold you for more than like 10 or 15 minutes. Okay. So they're going to have to let you go. Okay. And then say, I do not give consent to a search. I do not give consent to a search on my home. And then what you can say, and this is a very nice way that I figured you could say this, is, officer, for you to enter my home and do a search, I would like to go through the proper channels. I would like for you to have a physical warrant to do so. That would make me feel more safe and more comfortable with the situation, that I know that you have some type of probable cause to want to search my home or search my vehicle or search my property for something. And then at that point, that cop is going to have to try to figure out, and then you say, and also I invoke my right to remain silent, however you want to say it. And I would like, if there's any questions that need to be answered, I would like to do that in the presence of my lawyer. Now, again, if you're not arrested right on the spot, you have the right to do that. The whole Miranda rights are. But just know, 15 days later, if they still think you're a suspect, they may come back and try to question you. And they don't have to tell you the truth. Like I said, there are a lot more lies than what I was just talking about. Yeah, this is why people need to learn their rights. Exactly. There's a lot more lies that they can use and different ways that they trick people. There has been numerous people, a lot of them that the police have coerced into a false confession, only for 20 years in prison later for DNA evidence to prove that they were not at the scene of the crime. So this is what I'm saying. The cops are not your friends. They're not here to help you. They're here to, just like back in the day when they would want a crime would be committed, any motherfucker to hang. They'd just hurry up and find somebody so that we can hang them, please the people, and move on with our lives. Okay. Especially if they couldn't find the killer or the person that did the crime. Then they would just literally would want to pick any old person. Usually it would be and somebody of another color. Okay. More melanated tones. That's what they would do. So knowing your rights is extremely important. Okay. And then after you invoke that right to remain silent, shut up. Don't speak. Anything that they say to you, you can say, I have already invoked my right to remain silent, and that is what I am going to do. I'm not willing to answer your question without a lawyer present because, and if they say, well, we're not trying to hide anything, then why won't you answer our questions? You can say, first of all, because I don't feel comfortable with the situation. And you can say, I don't feel comfortable with this situation and I would like my lawyer to be present. And then make sure that if you have that a cop comes to your door, tell that police officer to turn on their body cam. If they have a problem turning on their body cam, then I would also be recording the entire incident on your phone, literally to their fucking face, so that they know that basically, Oh, you're in Canada, it's not the same. Well, in America, they definitely do target people that are melanated. It's a really big thing over here. We have like a movement called Black Lives Matter, and it's pathetic that we have to have this movement if the cops weren't taking young, melanated people off of the streets and throwing in prison literally thing. It's because the police officer was paranoid because they have melanated skin is an abomination. And literally, I think that the entire police force should probably be fired and then rehired with new people. Literally, because a lot of people that are bullies and got bullied in life, they become cops and stuff like that. I mean, not to say that every single one of them is bad, but you need to know what your rights are and how to use them so that if somebody sends, so if they come to you on any type of bullshit, because again, they don't have to tell you the truth about anything. They can come to your house and say there's a tornado down the street and there's nothing fucking down the street. Okay, they can literally do that, and they can literally say, we've got evidence of this. That's one of the things that they do quite often is tell people, we've already got evidence of this, or your friend already snitched on this. And no, they didn't. They're just literally trying to get you to confess to some shit you didn't do. So again, people knowing your rights, and then if they keep asking you questions, if you're in an interrogation, let's say they say, we just need you to come to the station to answer some question. You can say, officer, is this really appropriate? Am I under arrest? Am I free to go? Am I under arrest? No, we just need you to come down and answer some questions. Well, sir, I'm not, I invoke my Miranda rights, and I am going to choose to remain silent until I can have a lawyer present with me. And so if they take you down to the station and they're harassing you and putting you in a weird position and making you real uncomfortable, don't say a damn thing. Once you've invoked that right to remain silent, then shut up and don't say nothing. And then when your lawyer gets there, your lawyer will handle that cop. And if that cop doesn't have serious evidence and real probable cause, you will be able to walk out of there just fine. In fact, if you most likely, even if your lawyer doesn't show up in the time frame that they're don't let the cops fool you, that they're interrogating you. They'll put the pressure on. They'll interrogate you for 5 hours until your lawyer shows up. The second your lawyer shows up, those cops leave because they know that they can't do anymore. So just knowing these things or something, they can only let's say you're in the car and you have a backpack with you. If you have that backpack in the back seat with away from arm's length of you, that police officer has no probable cause to search that backpack. But if you've got it sitting in your lap or next to you or somewhere where you can access it easily, that cop may want to search that backpack. So just know that as well. Put everything in the trunk. Keep your you could get like your insurance card right in that. Keep your phone on you. You can put your back whatever bag in the back. Oh, hold on when you guys. Okay, there we go. We're back. So yeah, that's just another thing like that they'll try to use. So these are things that I've learned because I've watched videos about it. But yeah. So this person that wants to pry into your business, I feel like they tried to get you investigated, and I'm telling you guys this stuff in time because I'm telling you right now because they may try to do some type of interrogation. And again, I don't feel like you're going to know anything about what these police officers were talking about. They're looking for evidence to a certain crime. You didn't commit it. This is why I think police officers that work with snitches are fucking idiots. It's usually the snitch that is doing the crime. It's usually the spy. You know what I mean? So yeah, I just wanted to and don't feel like you're powerless to the police because I have felt that way. I had somebody call and say that I was threatening them, and I was not threatening nobody. I don't threaten people. And so anyways, I didn't even know who this person was. So when you're dealing with situations like that, where it's hearsay and slander, anything that cop says to you at the door, anything that there's coming out of their mouth, I would literally use your discernment, because it may not be the truth. And these cops they know that they don't have to tell you the truth, especially if they're trying to get you to confess to a crime, or they either believe you committed the crime. I mean, again, it's also illegal for them to, like I was saying, if you have cameras outside of your house. Oh my God. See, can't even not fucking them Diddy getting let off. Please, God, no. Please, God, no. Mm-mm. But yeah, you're right. Diddy has always been a snitch for the feds. And any Wow. Okay, I figured out something new to do. So hopefully you guys are still there. And hopefully you guys can see me. Let me know if you can see me now. Okay, great. Okay, good. Oh my gosh, that was so annoying. Okay. So, yeah, I can't believe that shit with Diddy. I mean, literally, they need to throw the entire government away. Just throw it away. Throw away the feds. If the feds are doing that, throw it away. It's completely an abomination. But yeah, this person needs to mind their business. Also, this hacking shit is real annoying. These people are about to get caught up for this. Everything that you do online leaves some type of digital trail, and these people think that there's nothing that they're going to have. These people never think that they're going to have to stop spying on you and illegally surveillancing. But this shit is over. They're in the Eight of Cups. All this spying and watching and harassing and stuff, they're in the Eight of Cups. They need to literally move on from this. And they're going to be forced to do so by the universe. And if they allow that person out of jail, no. God is going to bring the hammer down on these people. I'm not kidding. Literally. It's something that I would never do. I would never release a criminal back onto the streets. Just because these people that were his victims went missing, that should be enough proof to see that obviously something shady is going on. So yeah. This high priestess in the reverse has done something, literally, to try to keep it from this high priestess has done something to try, she's going to have to walk away from literally using her gifts. She's tried to spiritually spy on you or remote view you in some type of way. She's having to walk away from this endeavor that she was in with these people. Again, this person is up under the heaviest judgment that I probably ever felt. Yeah, you have had to defend yourself from these people. So knowing your rights, knowing what you can do and what are things to do and what are things to not do. But also this person just needs to mind their business, and they need to stay in their lane, and they need to stop. This is a fake high priestess, this high priestess in the reverse. This is somebody who is reckless. They're overly emotional. Whoever did this bullshit magic for these criminals, they're losing their gifts, and that magic is being broken and it's being stripped. God's had enough. Archangel Michael's being dispatched against these people. And you having to defend yourself, like I said, if you have to defend yourself from these people, they're going to be put down forever. Put down and completely put away. The Eight of Wands, literally. This is bringing everybody to a new crossroads. So basically, the feds have done the biggest abomination and have specifically made this world extra unsafe. Wow, really, you pieces of shit? Extra fucking unsafe? And I wouldn't be surprised if another indictment's coming. I'm already hearing that another indictment with that situation is coming. So yeah, people think that, you're going to be easy to take advantage of. I completely disagree with that. I feel like you're at a crossroads where you can literally, you can choose to ignore these purposeful triggers, or you can report them to God and have God look at them. Yeah, still trying to attack your solar plexus. Read the solar plexus, y'all. They want you to feel like the justice system is such a piece of shit. That shit needs to be flushed down the toilet as well. The entire thing. The Six of Wands, this is all about fame. If you have to defend yourself and you have to defend this fame and honor that's coming your way, this could be your recognition and people seeing, seeing you. I mean, they've been trying to get into your business, and this person should have minded their business. They're not going to be taking your gifts and abilities. They're not going to be looking into your life and seeing what's coming for you. They're not going to be stopping your blessings. This person, the only thing that they can do is walk away defeated, because literally this person was so deceitful. They worked with the devil energy. This devil energy is not here to save anybody. Like I said, there's another there. If this person gets let free for one day, even, there's going to be another indictment. They're going to be in the Nine of Swords, extremely depressed. I mean, these people are in the Nine of Swords. They're upset and they're grieving and they're losing. They're losing sleep. They're losing their memory. They're losing their minds. They're going insane at this time. These people are literally retarded. By targeting you, and targeting you because you have public recognition and fame and because people listen to you, that was a really horrible idea. Also, somebody's trying to keep you small, unseen, and unheard. They want to either imprison you or do something else bad to you before people know about you. And so that's why they're trying to block this this from coming together. Yeah, they're trying to block this 10 of Pentacles that you have. An inheritance, gift, or money, and affluence and importance, material success achieved through conventional wealth building methods. Invest in the stock market. This is saying to start investing your money wisely, because these people, they're trying to find out somebody's net worth in the spirit, though. How much are you worth in the spirit? These people are going to really, really suffer a great loss. You are still getting an overflowing cup of love, an Ace of Cups offer, intense friendships, loving family, joy, inner peace, the beginning of a great love. Follow your heart and your instincts. Let your guard down and open your heart. You can trust this person. So this person that is either giving you this information or this person that's coming into your life, you can trust. Okay. It says count on your friends. You do have people in your corner that want to see you succeed. These people, this high priestess in the reverse is very confused why she's lost her abilities and why she doesn't have a star talent anymore. First of all, this witch bitch is an idiot. Secondly, she lost her gifts because she used them most likely to help get a criminal out of trouble. She used them for the wrong shit. Trying to do witchcraft on the police. I pray against every spell that has ever been done on the feds, on the CIA, on the police, that any high priestess has ever done. And I ask that God break all of that and break the spines of these bitches. Since they want to come for us innocent people, God remove their gifts and abilities, strip them of their talents and powers, strip them of their whatever power they think that the devil gave them. And stop the devil from doing these dumb contracts at the fucking crossroads. This is ridiculous. There's a lot of Seven of Cups illusions about your life. This is what I'm saying. They're only getting illusions. They're not even getting the correct answers. This is why this person is stuck in an illusion. And like I said, if that person that we were talking about before, the diddler, if that person gets released, I'm telling you, karma has a way of working itself out. Yeah, you guys are worth a lot in spirit and in the physical realm. You know, this is like looking into how much you will be worth. This King of Wands energy, they're attached to these illusions and they're delusional. They really thought that they got away with this shit. No. In fact, I feel another court case coming with these corrupt officers being put up under judgment and having to face up to the crimes that they've committed. Because literally, when they have evidence that somebody has done some shit and they have a lot of evidence, whether they're a snitch or not, if this person is harming other people in any type of way and they don't do anything to stop that, God will do something to stop them. You know, the devil is capturing souls by lying to them. Absolutely. He's been doing this for shit forever, saying that they could steal your destiny. Like I said, destiny swap is not possible, but the devil will definitely tell everybody that it is. Yeah, this Knight of Cups energy. This seems like a bunch of fucking men behind this. These people are going to get the worst karma. I would not want to be these people. Literally, and everyone around them is going to watch. All the feds around these feds that let this person go is going to watch, like, these other feds that did this shit is going to watch their lives disappear. Their lives are literally everything about them. They're going to become sick with diseases. They're going to be passing away. They're going to be not able to not walk, not think, not do anything because they had a miscarriage of justice purposely. They purposely decided to go for an innocent person and then leave, to release any type of criminal into the streets to commit more fucking crimes and more shit. I don't care how much they've snitched, you know. Like I said, karma has a way of working itself out. You think karma is not going to hit these people? Karma is going to freaking break these people's necks. Straight up. This Knight of Cups, they always feel like they're going to, these people think that because they have some type of, you know, status that they're smarter than everybody else. No, they're actually the most dumbest people ever. To obstruct justice and have a miscarriage of justice this large, this is going to be horrible karma for everybody involved. And I will not lift a fucking finger to help these people, you know, pass. I'm not going to help them pass away, and I'm not going to help them live either. They're on their fucking own. They chose to betray the system, to betray God, and to betray the divine, and to betray justice. That's on them. Straight up. That is straight up on them. You know, they chose that was their choice. Okay, now karma has its choice. Ace of Wands. Anything is possible. You guys are protected. It says it's a good time to begin a new project. Personal power and intellect is at a high point. You know, tap into your creativity. You guys have got high energy at this time. These people are blocked creatively. They're blocked. Like I just said, these people who are doing this abomination that were under the influence of this dark high priestess, but now they're not. These people are going to wake up and realize that they made this wrong decision, and the karma that is going to hit them, they're never going to be able to get rid of it. It's back-to-back karma. Like, and all of the souls that were unalived and all of the children that were sacrificed to the devil and everything that these wicked, evil people have been doing, all of those souls now are being raised from the dead, and they have the permission to come for the flesh of the living. These souls will be coming and unaliving these people. Mark my words. Literally, I can see that with my mind's eye, that these spirits of these innocent people and the deities also that protect children and innocent people are going to be the ones to make these people take their own lives. God is stripping everybody of their powers and their abilities. The diddler goes to harvest off of one more fucking child, and boom, it's going to be a spiritual shitstorm for them. And if they even think about trying to come in your direction, again, boom, another bomb goes off. God's not playing with these people anymore. Well, God was never playing with these people. God was just waiting to see what the world was going to do. And now God is extremely ashamed of the world, extremely ashamed, and there will be hell to pay. There will be deaths, physical endings. Like I said, God is giving all of the power and energy that's needed to take the life of this high priestess in the reverse, and to take the life of these people who have done these crimes and who let them slide. And because the souls of the innocent souls that were put to death behind these people, Don't they have a voice? Shouldn't they have a voice? Oh, well, the government didn't want to do the right thing and put the criminal in jail. Well, then that's on them. That's on the people in the judicial system. You're going to see a lot of people passing away from weird shit. A lot of people getting leprosy. I mean, literally, a lot of people getting diseases we've never even fucking heard of because God's cursing them. So yeah, that's on them. They want to do that dumb shit. And if this person doesn't mind their own damn business, God's going to curse them. I mean, God's already cursing them. That's probably why they're looking into your life, because they're so cursed. But yeah, this is like the ending of marriages. And just think about that. Would you ever want to sleep with somebody who is literally letting a criminal go and walk? I would never want to be fucking with I would stay and these people's wives are going to be leaving them. They're going to be losing their children. They're going to be losing everything because this much negative karma being dumped on somebody at one time, all of the souls of the unliving people that were slaughtered by these individuals being literally allowed to attack the living, literally. God's not going to stop it. The angels are not doing anything. No one is going to stop these souls from coming back and dragging these people straight up to hell. Yeah, you have a 10 of cups and ensured prosperity. Like literally peace and contentment. These people are not going to be disturbing your peace. They're going to pass away before they disturb your peace ever again. I can tell you that. And these people are on a very quick road, like a 3-week road until they die. I mean, literally. This could also be some other type of accident that occurs because of this. Death has been dispatched to go collect these people. So you can break physical law as much as you want, but though there still are spiritual laws backing the physical laws, behind the physical laws, and those were broken, and nobody has paid for that. Nobody has done right on that, and I'm ashamed of these people, and so I'm ready for them to pass away and get the fuck out of the way so real justice can be served. What I just say, Ace of Swords, protection. You are so protected. They need to get the fuck out of the way. And if they have to pass away and die to be out of the way, then God literally says, and so it is. Let it be that then. If these people have to die to get the fuck out of the way so that justice can be served, then they have to die and pass away. That's what it is. Maybe they shouldn't have done this shit in the first place, and they shouldn't have tried to manipulate the law, because God's removing all of it. God's not playing with these people. Yeah, you're going to receive some good news. We're all going to probably receive some good news. And it may come from the spiritual realm about you being able to live your life in peace. You know, I really feel like these people are going to have to pay for what they've done. Okay. And if they wanted to be in a position of authority and they abuse their position of authority, then they're going to have to pass away because God is being sent. You may receive an important information that somebody has passed away. If somebody passes away, so within the next 3 weeks, you're going to know why they passed away, what they were a part of, what collaboration they were in. You know what I'm saying? Literally, what collaboration they were a part of. So you got a whole community behind you, backing you. You know, the thing is that the public is upset still. The public is going to be upset about this whole case. The public's going to continue to be upset about people trying to be all up in your business when they need to stay the fuck out of it. Because what's God's business is God's business. It's not these other wretched ass, nasty, demonic people. It's none of their business. That's the business of God. That's where these people got shit fucked up. Yeah, exactly. You have lots of people backing you everywhere. There's definitely a Queen of Wands who's responsible, you know, who is absolutely responsible for this major injustice. This person is going to be passing away. Okay. Actually, I'll put them right next to death because that's their fate. Also, I just heard that somebody did pass away just very recently, and they were one of the people up under judgment. They were one of the people, a few people have passed away just recently, and they were some of the people that was attacking you, and they were told to stop. They were literally, judgment came out again. They were told to stop, and they didn't stop. So God took somebody's life. So you're definitely dealing with a spirit that has actually crossed over. This is feeling like a feminine energy. I feel like a masculine was doing witchcraft with the feminine energy on your destiny. This person has passed away. And they're like now considered a haint. So first of all, I give this soul to Pinhead, and I ask that Pinhead follow that haint right back to the other person they were doing this dirty, dumb, illegal bullshit with, this witchcraft crap, and then do something about that person as well. This is an abomination. 3 of Cups. Yeah, this is all about you having a good harvest. God is calling judgment on that. You will reap what you've sown, and that's good seeds. These people will reap what they've sown, which is death. Everything that they've done, they've not given God a reason to keep them alive, and so they're going to pass away and receive a lot of negative karma. This is why they should have just done the right thing from the beginning, and they could have avoided their own death. They could have spent more time with their children and loved ones. Had they not come for you and your energy, these people could have lived a longer life. But, this female energy that's passed over, she died within the past 2 weeks. Okay. And she literally, the energy of her, she was being directed to attack you. And now she sees the truth of the situation. The Holy Spirit's showing this being the truth of the situation. And this haint is going to go back to that man that told her to do this, that used this high priestess in the reverse. 5 of Swords. They're always going to be putting their self-interest first. Well, that's fine and dandy and all, but no, these people are beings that are supposed to be serving justice. They need to put justice before their own self-interest, and they're not doing that. These officers of the law need to be taken out. And they will be. They're going to be passing away. Whatever these people are that have freed this criminal to put it back on the streets to harass the fucking masses and rape everybody again. No. Okay. You're passing away and going to hell. This lady that just passed away a couple weeks ago carrying a 10 of wands for somebody, literally, this dumb bitch literally went to hell. Like, she's suffering. The only reason she's allowed back on the earth right now is to put this man in the tower. So all of the souls that were taken and affected, you know what I'm saying? You guys hold the energy of the sun, real Van Helsing vibes. Like, you guys literally are gonna shine that light of the sun on these people and illuminate their darkness. Illuminate what they've been doing. They're in the tower for this. These people are probably waking up sick. They're waking up possessed. The whole thing is going to get shut down spiritually. These people will be taking their lives or passing away in some type of other final destination situation. Normally, I don't like to talk about death like that, but this is a consequence of not serving justice, of not doing right by the general population. Again, we have a government that still wants to pump poison down our throats, that wants to poison fucking everything in our food and still wants to take us out. These people literally should not have come for the chosen. It's time for the chosen to step up and be in the limelight, and it's time for these old people and their ways to pass away. They think that we're still foolish, that we're dumb, that we don't know shit. There's going to be a public uproar. I mean, truly. These people are stupid. There's going to be a public uproar with these energies being just all ignorant as all hell. It's just crazy. The Ace of Pentacles. This is always about money. Why is everything always about money? This is sad. It makes me really lose hope for this world. Everything always being about money. What happens when money becomes something that is unattainable? What happens then? What are people going to do then? If we spend our entire lives only focusing on money, what happens when God takes these resources away? What happens then? People don't think in advance of like, oh, I better prioritize my life correctly. This person only wants what you have because you can use it to make money. Okay. I'm getting a lot of judgments coming down on false tarot readers, on anybody that's doing injustice right now. This is not the moon cycle. This is not the time. This is not the time to create an injustice. And everybody that has created an injustice was being set up by God, completely set up. Okay. Because God knew that what they were going to do. God has set them up. Now they're going to have to deal with that. They're going to have to contend with the Most High God because they didn't do their job. The Wheel of Fortune. Like I said, the Ace of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. This is yours. This is not going to anybody else. Anybody wants to get in the way of that, they can suck a dick and die slow, straight up. Like I said, no one will be touching you. Touch not thine anointed and do my prophets no harm. That's what was said. The Eight of Pentacles. These people don't want you to do your work. Your season of job, but capturing the systems, traders, and false prophets. Exactly. This is all about what you do for a living. You're slaying these vampires left and right with the sun. We didn't come here to play. This is actually starting to get serious. The world needs to make a shift. And how are we going to do that if we keep these corrupt people in power? How the fuck is any of us going to make a positive change if we have corruption being the basis behind everything? King of Pentacles, somebody obsessed with money, somebody that's a deal maker. You know what? Nobody is allowed to sacrifice the soul of another individual. That privilege of whatever these people have been on has been revoked. None of that type of magic will ever work again. I don't care what information or knowledge they think they have. I don't care if they're a 33-degree Mason. I don't give a fuck who they are. It's a no. This person, anybody that wants to go sacrifice a child has just sacrificed their own life and their own career. And there are no more deals with the devil. The devil doesn't want to be involved because God has told the devil to retreat. So this is pathetic and sad that our government has sold us children, especially like if you are an orphan like me, literally sold our bodies to the extraterrestrials, to the fucking grays. They've sacrificed us and they've done all insane, obscene crimes against us. And then they think that we're just going to sit down and allow more children to be experimented on. The fuck? And to be quite honest, I think that the grays are just jealous because they can't reproduce. And so they do experiments on people, and then that's why they can't reproduce. So I'm like, literally think that this is, I don't believe that the grays say that we're a version of them in the future. That is a fucking goddamn lie. That shit is just bullshit that aliens say to make you, in your mind, think it's okay that they're these artificial intelligence fucking made creatures, okay, that are artificially born, made with an artificial intelligence. These things do not have a soul. They don't even have the capability of having a soul. That's why they abduct. And the fact that our government has made, look at this, justice and being breadcrumbed, the Six of Pentacles and the Justice. I'm not kidding. These people that are in the justice system are being breadcrumbed. Also, they think that their finances are going to recover. These corrupt officers of the law are in the tower, ruthless in dealing with others, feelings or exploits others for their own advancement. Wins by intimidation. These people are not, the only thing they're winning is a death sentence, an inevitable death sentence. And not only that, God is going to find a way to put these people in a spiritual prison. Okay. Literally, these people that are not minding their own business and they're illegally monitoring you, God has had enough. They were warned yesterday and they were warned in previous readings to knock this shit off. They decided to keep doing it. Now here comes the karma for it. All because you're a star. This is all about controlling people from being able to gain access to different industries, to harvest their talent. All of that. All of that. All of the above. These people's negligent, murderous motherfucking actions in the justice system and with the police and all of that crap, their negligent, murderous actions are not going to be affecting your public fame, notoriety, and your reputation. Okay, these people can do as much dumb shit as they want to. They're going to have to live with universal law and the actual karma of that shit. Okay. Not only that, the devil is running free on these people. The devil is possessing these people and is going to drag these people to hell. And maybe and these officers of the law may end up taking their own lives. If that's what they wanted for you, so that you would be out of the way so you couldn't see what they were doing. God put you here to see what people were doing so that you could put a stop to it. These people are about to be in the Five of Pentacles, casted away without a place to live. No one is going to want them because they smell bad. First of all, the karma on them stinks. They smell like bad luck and bad karma. That's what these people fucking stink. They smell bad. They're going to be the Five of Pentacles going homeless, broken, poor, and in the Ten of Swords. And this is why people minding their business is so important. Yeah, that they're still watching you. They abused your dream state last night. Your family members were in the dream. Yeah, but your voices didn't sound the same. I had a dream. You knew it was an illusion. I had a dream. I always am riding dragons in my dreams, but like last night, there were a bunch of people on the ground and they had come to me and they were like trying to like put me in chains or some shit. And I was like, no, just start breathing fire on them. I called my dragon. I got on my dragon. As I'm like flying away, these people start to kneel and bow and start to worship me. And I'm like, getting the fuck out of there, away from those weird ass people. But in the dream, they had came after my parents. And so that's what caused me to be furious at them. But yeah, and the illusion, yeah, your fake cousin trying to hold you down. Wow, was saying that you're not the way and that you're not the light. Wow, that's weird, but it wasn't his voice. Wow. A warlock priest doing that shit. Wow. You ride dragons in your dreams too? Oh, you wanna? Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love dragons. So yeah, everything is like symbolic though, you know. These people are screwed. They're really screwed. I would not want to be them. In fact, I'm actually afraid for them. Yeah, they're like literally total betrayal. These people are about to be betrayed in the worst type of way. They're about to be betrayed. And not only that, this betrayal is a type of betrayal that causes somebody to put 10 swords in your back. I mean, seriously. Yeah, they're so pissed off at this anointing. They don't want anybody being famous that doesn't have to suck the dick of the devil or sell their soul. That's just basically the type of shit that they're on. The devil has no fucking power here. Not in my world, not in your world, not on the internet, not in any place does this losing ass lying piece of shit have any fucking power. Okay? When it comes to God, the devil is nothing. Like, you just can't even compare. They're not even opposites. You know what I mean? Because God is so grandiose and the devil is so ain't shit. The devil ain't shit. Or whatever devil. Again, I'm not saying that it's Lucifer because it's probably not. But whatever demon they're working with is not shit. Yeah, we have the magical power. And first of all, I specifically called justice and judgment and death down on this entire situation because it needs to end. If these people are unwilling to end it because they're crooked and corrupt, then they need to be replaced, and God will do that. God will replace them with somebody that will do the right thing. And so never, ever get mad at God thinking that God is not doing something for you, because when God gets quiet, that's when God is working. That's when God is moving in silence and doing things on your behalf that you could never even dream of. The attacks that were going to come towards you and false accusations and all this shit that God has literally stopped itself by putting a person of God in the way of these criminal ass people. And they want your guys' anointing, they want your energy, and they want your divine life purpose, because these people, they had a destiny, but they fucking ruined it by doing all of these demonic rituals and crimes. Yeah, they definitely want the Empress. They don't want you coming together with this female, this feminine, divine feminine energy. They could even be attacking this woman, trying to keep her away from you. It's absolutely ridiculous. They know that their time on this planet and their time in power, the reptilians, they know that this shit is over. This shit is over. And whatever was being done, however they were monitoring you and digging into your business, these people are about to get so much karma. They're getting the karma right as we speak. They're being sacrificed. God is sacrificing these people for a better world, because they wanted to touch his divine partner. Yeah. I'm picking up on a very highly ranked divine feminine energy. Highly ranked. And somebody that's important to this planet. These people are being sacrificed. It's a turning point for them. They're going to lose. The tables are turning. They're in the tower. Exactly. Yeah, the Pleiadians love you. And so I was just going to say the Nordic Pleiadians. Yeah, they love you. I'm always getting messages from Odin. Odin's not pleased with this. This is like an abomination to Odin. Yeah, this Two of Cups love offer is still coming in. Nobody's going to be able to stop your opportunities. Nobody's going to be able to even argue about you not being worthy of this opportunity. This is going to come in no matter what. These people doing this dumb shit up under the moon, these secret enemies that you have. Oh my God. Okay. So the outcome for this. All right. The Emperor. The fact that you guys are the Emperor is the outcome. Yeah, you know how to master your own emotions. And now that you know what you know about how to do, even the audio is cleaner. Yeah. Okay, good. So yeah, these people, they are going to have to contend with you being the Emperor, point blank, period. Let's see if there's one more card we can get on an outcome. I feel like, yeah, this King of Cups that was working against you, they are going to be questioned by some type of judicial system about why they were illegally investigating you. Okay, is justice ever going to be served, God? Is justice ever going to be served on our behalf? Four of Wands, yes, it will be. It absolutely will be. Our creative goals will be completed. These people are not going to stop us from working. They're not going to stop us from doing not anything. They may come towards you on a bullshit offer, wanting to goat you into some type of conversation. It's none of their business. What your gifts and abilities are is not their business. Yeah, they've definitely got people that are working with them, to try to investigate you, but this is over. Yeah, the Two of Wands, you are going to continue to have a creative vision and to create positive outcomes with that vision. You also are very courageous. Yeah, you've got the entire world that supports you. The entire world supports you, which means an unexpected sum of money may come your way. These people may be forced to pay some type, or they're going to pass away, point blank, period. And I don't mean to be predicting death. Like, I usually don't do that. But when I see it, I'm going to say it, because God wouldn't let me see shit if they didn't want me to say. And the things that God doesn't want me to say about, I will never reveal. These people are going to be very dissatisfied with this change up of power. And when these people pass away, these people are going to be real upset, and they're going to want to blame you, but they know Sorry about that, you guys. The goal that you have had will be realized and it will be fulfilled. Okay. So continue to invest in yourself. Okay. Justice will be served. It just may look a little bit different than what you expected. This justice getting served is you coming into the Nine of Cups with total wish fulfillment. Okay. So these people that were coming up against you,